Welcome everybody. So today's podcast, today's going to be fun because I'm telling Rado about the trending topics because he doesn't really know about either trending topic. So it's going to be a little educational one for Rado, which is fun.
I'm excited.
We're going to talk about conjoined twins, Abby and Brittany Hensel. And we're also going to talk about the documentary Quiet on Set.
I don't know who those are. Hansel and Gretel.
Okay, that's not what it is. But before we start about anything, how was your week, Rado?
The week was good. I literally have been working out like a madman, which has been good and bad at the same time.
Okay.
I just like I was going a little bit too ham, so now my back is like jacked up and sore, and it's been like that for like 3 days. But I'm pretty sure I keep agitating it, and I'm not taking anything like ibuprofen or anything. I probably should have been taking some sort of. No, but I have been putting a TENS unit on my back, which has been nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I've been zapping the crap and like turning it up to where it's like pretty much electrocuting me in every aspect. So
you should be icing.
Yeah, I know, and I haven't been. The other thing is like, you see these big meat hogs; they're so hard to stretch behind my back and like do things. So yeah,
you're not doing that with icing. You just lay on it. Have you ever iced your back before?
Yeah, I forgot about the part where I could just lay on the ground. Yeah.
I'm a big icing fan. I have full ice packs that are like long for your back. You just like lay them down. You can just lay on them. It's so easy. Yeah, I've always had back problems from dance. So
it's probably why you got them knee problems too.
I know, knee problems, all that. Luckily my back is like pretty healed now, but my knees and wrists are the new one for me, which is so annoying. But
do you have any bones that crackle and pop when you make them move?
I mean, like my knees, hips, and I would say like ankles always
head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yeah, all those. Yeah.
I have like the one thing I can make crack every time. Let me turn my mic. Is literally my knuckle.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like it's actually probably not my knuckle. It's probably more my tendon that's popping.
Yeah, that's probably not okay.
Did you just hear that grinding?
I hate that.
That's so crazy. Yeah.
That's so weird.
Your knees pop, Fritz? Nice. My knees pop too. Always popping. I have like no cartilage left in my knees.
It's very depressing.
Oh, the joys of getting older. You remember when like you were younger and you know, whether it was your parents or grandparents, like, ain't no way, old man, I ain't gonna be like you. And then I'm 38 and I feel like I'm 74 and I'm like, what is happening? How did I turn into this guy?
Yeah, I feel like through dance I kind of have always struggled, so it's just like scary getting older when it's like still happening. But
you're gonna be like the Black Swan, like Natalie Portman. Have you seen that movie?
I have seen that movie.
That's a creepy ass movie.
It is very creepy, but it's a great movie. I actually really liked it. I haven't seen it for so long though.
It's long time. Other than that, not a whole lot has been going crazy. Just literally, you know, trying to make it to the next day. And if you guys ever want to see some really cool artwork, swing by the live sometime. We've got some really cool emotes for people that come and hang out. We'll have to start making some for some simply subjective fans that are always here for sure.
Oh my god, that'd be so fun. We should do that.
Yeah, I'm done. But that was it. What about you?
My weekly update. There's really not much to go on right now. I got a new tattoo though.
Is it showable?
I don't think so. No. I can show a photo. Let me show you a photo.
Where did you get the tat at?
It's right here, but it's like wrapped right now. I'll show
Okay.
you. Let's see. It's the butterfly. Oh, sorry.
Oh, nice. What does one pay for a butterfly tattoo of that size?
Well, we can't really base it off of that one. That artist in particular is like he's like one of our favorite artists, but he always like gives us a really
Hooks
good
you up.
deal. Yeah, because him and Alex have known each other for a long time. He has like a
Yeah,
clothing line that like Alex used to shoot for, and so,
right. There's
but
connections.
like,
So you paid
yeah,
$0, is what you're saying.
no,
You tipped the guy.
we still paid like
Chat. She paid $0, but just
that's
tipped
not it.
him.
No, it's really
That's
not.
what
We
happened.
still paid
Okay,
like
good.
300 for my like he for
There's a
each.
price. So what would it
So,
cost us
but
common folk?
I mean, there was this one girl that I went to that her minimum was like 500 each. So,
Didn't matter.
um, and it was yeah. So I'm like,
Hmm.
I feel like people, yeah, that would probably cost around like six. I don't
Would
know.
people do a finger tattoo for way cheaper?
I don't know actually. I don't think a lot of people have minimums. I would
Right.
say like a more average minimum is probably like 350, but I think like people that do more like finger tattoos are usually more of like that's their style, so they probably like the more delicate ones, so they probably are like a little bit cheaper or something and have like a 250 minimum. I don't know. But
Hmm.
tattoos are freaking expensive. That's why it's
I
taking me
know.
so long to finish my arms because the shit is expensive.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why like I have so many tattoos that I want to do and get, and I just think about like the cost to like get them, and
Mm-hmm.
then I see people that I'm like, ain't no way that this person can afford a tattoo, and they've got like 1,700 of them.
Right.
You
Well,
know what I
they
mean?
probably have friends at that point that do that.
Touche. Yeah,
But
touche. That's cool though.
but yeah,
That's cool. I like tattoos. You're definitely a little tattoo addict. You've got like what, like 34 of them?
probably somewhere around that. I have another appointment on Sunday, so
Yo,
really,
tattoo addict.
really adding up here. So it's
Are
good
you
though.
just gonna try? Are you just like trying to get your little pieces in? So, and then are you gonna try and connect any of them, or just let them free ride?
No, I like the like splotchy look, I guess, on my arms. So I want to try to finish that up. Um, and then I
I
want to
want to
start a
point out.
back, and then I want to start a back
Oh,
piece. But
do
we'll
you have any on your
just
back?
figure. I have like a little one that it would like need to be added in, but
Okay. Are you gonna just take up all of your back,
I
like a
want
big
to.
back piece? Oh, damn. Okay.
I want
Well,
to.
Nip said
Which
it was 700 for his neck tattoo. Katie made a good
hmm,
point that LA also has some of the best artists in the world.
true. Thank you, Katie Angel, for
Oh,
pointing that out. Yeah, I
well,
mean, I also feel like I am very particular about who I go to, so that probably doesn't help my situation. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are like cheaper and stuff, but I just like
I
my
that's a
people.
whole tattoo artists are a whole thing. Like it's like the same thing with like people that do your nails or your hair or whatever. Like you have people that like you trust, and tattoos obviously are permanent. So like you really gotta,
Yeah.
be sure.
There was
Um,
there going off of really quick like crazy prices. There's this one tattoo artist that I really like, and she does these like little cats. I think they're like maybe like 3 inches big or something. And I looked up her pricing, and she basically said that she doesn't do like all of her pieces are like flash pieces. Like you have to pick from her flash, and the flash started off at like 650, and then if you wanted like a custom one like of the cat, it was like gonna start at like 750 to 800, and they're like these little cats. So I was like, okay, I think that's too much, so I had never actually booked with her, but she is like but that's an example of like a very like well-known
talented,
artist, I
famous,
guess, here.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I get it. Fair enough.
yeah.
Good point.
Are you ready to hear about these trending
Yeah,
topics?
you said these twins that Hansel and
I
Gretel,
printed it.
they go to the
It.
witch's
Hansel
house.
and Gretel. That's not their. That's not it.
Oh,
You've never heard of Abby and Brittany, the conjoined twins?
I have not heard of Abby and Brittany, the conjoined twins. I thought maybe I
They
would have if I saw them, and it doesn't ring a bell.
they had like a show on TLC for a really long time. It's like all about their lives, and I think they were like 16 when their show was aired or something like that. Um so the newest thing that like people are talking about is about Abby got married. But this was back in 2021, but it's getting resurfaced. Yeah.
Where are they conjoined at?
They share one body, and it's just at the neck they have two heads basically. So
Okay,
Abby, I
is she the
believe
head?
this is correct. Yeah. No, they both have heads. Abby
Oh,
controls the whole right side, and Brittany controls the whole left side. So, like, Abby controls her right arm and the right leg, and then Brittany controls her left arm and left leg.
wait. So Abby's the one getting married, but yet the ring's going
Mm-hmm.
on Brittany's left hand,
Oh,
and
wow. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
yeah, or do they put it on the right hand because it's Abby?
So, here's where there's a lot of question because the thing that happened that everybody's like talking about right now is that Brittany, so Abby, okay, so they got married, and Brittany was not at part of like being a witness to the wedding, even though she was like
Because she
clearly a
chose
part of
not
it.
to.
I know, like, I mean, I don't know why she's not written down on the certificate as like a witness. Or their other sister is. But so then I was thinking if it's just there's a lot of questioning because they share one body, but they're clearly two people. But I'm like, were they saying like legally she couldn't do it, or like what was the issue of like her
Because
not
they're
being
one
like a
person
witness?
essentially. So like
Mm-hmm.
he married both of them.
But he only married Abby. She's not on the certificate at all.
Have they said like how Brittany feels about this marriage or anything?
They haven't. I mean, I'm
Uh,
assuming.
I don't know if I would like that. Like they okay, so they share one body and there's an extra head basically, and they each control one side of the body. That might be kind of fun. Like when you're trying to like make out with your husband, and I'm over there like freaking like smacking away because you can't
Okay, I
control that side
don't.
of the body.
I don't know the details of that, but I did have an actual. Here's where my brain went because apparently they're both teachers in Minnesota. So then I was like, does
Okay.
that mean if one of them can only get married, meaning that there are two people, do they get double salaries? Do you think?
Well, they have to also probably teach the same topic, I assume.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, Rado. I'm so.
You can be like teaching science and history at the same time to like different
But
kids.
still, do you think that they get double salary if they're able
Do
to
they
like each
do
get
they have
married?
do they both have birth certificates and social security numbers?
That's a really good question. So I actually don't know. But I did read up. This is so crazy. It's so sad like when they were little and stuff that they had the option. The doctors like asked when they were first born if they basically like wanted to detach, like separate them, but it would have to be like legit killing off one of them because you can't like
Oh,
they all
that's what
share
I'm
one
saying.
body.
Yeah, yeah. You couldn't. There's no way. I wouldn't
And
want
of
to be the
course
one to go.
they obviously said like how were we supposed to pick like so they kept them like that. um but I don't know, it's a very interesting topic. Anyway, the
So
whole stir
when
of it all was that everyone was wondering why she wasn't one of the witnesses at the
a
wedding.
witness,
Hmm.
um, yeah. Here's what's weird. So what happens if Brittany gets married and now there's two guys and one person? Like
I don't know.
that's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down.
There's
Uh,
the other rabbit hole is what if Abby wants a baby and Brittany doesn't?
oh
There are
my
lots of rabbit
gosh.
holes.
What if the
I
baby
don't
came out
know.
looking like Brittany?
Okay. I think we're done with
They're, oh
this.
wait, are they identical? Are they
Yes,
identical?
they
Okay,
look
that
the
was the joke.
same.
That was the joke I was trying to go after. But if like
I don't
they
know if they're.
were,
I'm assuming they're identical if they're one body.
maybe I don't know. It's interesting. And so in the TLC show, did they seem like they were pretty good off? Like, you know,
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
still.
obviously
I
they're
mean,
older
they had.
now.
Yeah, they had very like normal lives. They did like
Good.
everything that people would do, But
That's crazy.
I don't know. Lots of questions, and I don't think that they want to talk about it anymore.
I don't blame. Interesting
Um,
though. Very interesting.
yeah, I'm glad I got to teach you about Abby and Brittany. They can
Interesting.
go down. The next one, and you did not. Okay, you did not watch Quiet on Set.
No, I don't know what the hell that is.
Rado, what the hell are we doing? We shouldn't even be here. You should be watching it.
What is Quiet on Set?
It's about the Nickelodeon like scandal with
Oh, I
Dan
heard it. Listen,
Schneider.
I haven't listened. Okay, I haven't watched it because I don't frankly want to watch it because that's horrible. I've seen all the stuff
It
about
is
it. I've
awful.
seen what's been going on. It's like I don't know if I want to sit there and watch it and listen to about all the horrible things that this freaking dude did to all these Nickelodeon kids. But guess what? We're here. We're talking about it on a podcast, so enjoy.
I will tell you because I watched it all. But
Yeah, give me the
basically,
details.
okay, Quiet on Set is a 5-part documentary television series that details the behind the scenes world of children's television from the late 1990s to the early 2000s with special focus on Dan Schneider, the producer and showrunner of Nickelodeon. So you've heard all about Dan Schneider then, right?
Yeah, the big fat dude,
Okay.
right? Is that the guy though?
Yes. Yes, it
Yeah,
is him, yeah.
yeah. You know what's
Um
crazy is because he was on a lot of those shows, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was actually. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, his biggest thing was the Amanda Show. They
yeah.
talked
I
a
remember him from
lot
that.
about the Amanda Show, and
Has
it's
she come out and said anything?
no, that's the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing. So apparently, TMZ reported that like someone close said that they were asked to be on the docuseries, and it was her and her parents, and they all declined and said no, which a lot of people are saying though is do you know who Jeanette McCurdy is?
Mm-mm.
So Jeanette McCurdy, she was on iCarly, she was on Sam and Cat, she's blonde, long hair.
Yes, I do know who she is now. I do remember. Yeah.
So she wrote a book like I think a couple years ago, and it was about her personal life and experiences, but she talked a lot about, she didn't say his name, but she spoke out about things that happened.
I do
And
remember. Yeah.
she said that once the show ended, or she was offered $300,000 to sign an NDA, and she said no. So everybody's kind of speculating that because she was offered that all of these other Nickelodeon stars, including like
Mm,
Amanda Bynes, were given NDAs, and that's why no one is speaking out about it. So
wow.
um everyone's basically saying that this is like the like Me Too movement for kids right now, because there's just like all the things that happened, because it wasn't just Dan Schneider, it was a lot of people in the actual production as well that got caught. So um
There's
but
a whole
yeah.
thing. I mean, it just keeps going and going.
Oh,
I mean, even before this came out, look at what's the like older '80s actor that was like talking about that stuff. That was like he was in. Um, Katie probably knows what I'm talking about. But
Katie knows everything.
he was like, what movies was he in? I think he was in The Lost Boys. I think he was the younger brother in The Lost Boys. The actor. I need my producer Katie to pull up who that guy is for me. We can come back. Corey, yeah, Corey. What's his last name? Somebody give me his last name. He was big like about all the stuff that was happening, and like he got shunned in Hollywood. All this stuff. Corey Haim.
Oh,
Haim. Is that, is that really his last name?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
But it was crazy. Yeah,
That's
and then he finally came out. He did a documentary. He was trying to.
I
This
didn't
is
see
well
that.
before all of Nickelodeon. Yeah, this has been going on years before all this. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I mean like one of the biggest things is people asking cuz like the show itself heavily focuses on Amanda Bynes as well. And everyone, I mean it's so sad at this point seeing how Amanda Bynes is,
I was
and
just gonna
it's
say,
like making sense.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people, and we don't know her story, but sometimes this kind of stuff happens. Like when people are in this situation in life, it's probably because of something traumatic also that has happened when they were younger in a
Yeah.
lot of different senses. So I'm assuming, like you said, you can only assume, but you know, also child star in general. I mean, you've already got all that weight on you. Imagine adding something more traumatic. Like I
Yeah.
probably would be on the streets doing the things that she's doing and going to rehab multiple times and like trying to get it out of my head. Like it's crazy. I'm glad that they're breaking this down, and I hope they continue to do this because it seems like all the Me Too stuff and like, honestly, like fuck those people. So
Yeah.
for
No,
sure,
I
that's
know.
crazy.
Well, so they released the whole docu-series, and then they announced after they released it, because it was 4 episodes, that they are releasing a 5th episode on Sunday, April 7th. So I'm really excited
Oh,
about it. You
maybe
need
I'll
to
watch it
freaking
and see
catch
it.
up. Watch it all.
Um,
Watch the new
well, here's
one.
my next thing. Before this all happened, do you remember all the stuff that happened with Drake Bell and the accusations with the
Mm-hmm.
underage girl and all that stuff?
Yes. They talk about it.
Oh, I figured they would, but like that's like what's crazy to me is like that happened with him, and now all of a sudden it's like, and people say that happens too. Like when sometimes that people might have been abused when they're kids, like sometimes they go after younger adults and other things because like I don't know enough
Yeah.
about it, but mentally it
Here
can.
he did speak about it, and obviously like I'm not saying one way is true or the other way, but
Right.
I will tell you what he had to say about it is that he had to say is basically someone started Instagram messaging him, and he started messaging her back, and then he found out that she was
Right.
not who she claimed to be. So she said she did not claim, she had fake photos, to be underage.
Right.
And once he figured out that he thought maybe this girl's not who she's saying she is, he ended it, and then it came out, and she then was like an underage girl. So he, in his words, he did not know, and he ended it once he figured it out. So it was never like an in-person thing. It was messaging, and she had like fake photos. That's what he is saying. I don't know.
Do you know if he was
Obviously.
ever actually charged? I know he went to court and all that stuff.
He was, yeah. I think he
So at some point, like usually there's got to be some type of evidence that persuaded, I don't know if there was a jury or not, but if there was obviously enough of it to somewhat show that he probably knew. Maybe not.
yeah.
Maybe not.
You know what's the craziest part about the documentary is that the what happened to Drake and the person that did the things to Drake, they showed, like, I guess they had unreleased I don't know, like documents that they released on the show. Basically, there were like 30, I think, like 12 to 30 celebrities or people in power that basically wrote a letter to the judge defending the guy that did the things to Drake, saying that like he must have been tempted, like all this stuff. And there were some like big actors on there, like actors that I really like, that I found out that they defended this guy. And it's like it's so insane. Like they just released it on the show, like the people that
So
basically are.
basically that they wrote these letters before this documentary came out. So
Yeah,
now
when
they're
the
getting
whole.
exposed.
Yeah.
So they're just as bad. Screw those guys.
Yeah. And the guy, like, I won't say it for people that haven't watched it, but basically the guy that did all the things to Drake did. I don't even know if he went away. I don't remember, but he did not get a proper punishment at all for the things that he did. And
That's not
like he
the
still
guy we
got.
were talking about.
No, that's what there's like
Oh,
multiple
oh, okay.
multiple things that went on in this the
That's
whole
crazy.
Nickelodeon set and stuff. Yeah. It's crazy. So that's the freaking quiet on set. I am so excited to see the last
I
episode.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
You need to watch
I
it.
I just it like the more and more stuff that happens, like Hollywood is gross. Like that's freaking. I know it's not like that everywhere, but I mean this is gross.
I mean, it's so crazy that it goes to show like even everyone likes to talk about social media and stuff as such like a dark hole, but I'm like social media has brought out so many
Mm-hmm.
things, and it's like it's so powerful that like this stuff is getting exposed now because of the way like social media is and everything like that. So it's like at that time those kids didn't have any social media and they didn't have any kind of a voice. They were just, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's, I don't know. I think
that's
now
exactly right.
it just things are coming out more and more because of the power of like social media. But
Which is good. It should
yeah.
come out like that. I think,
Yeah.
you know, stop letting all the people that have the money and the power control everything and freaking come out and figure it out. And obviously, there's a lot of this happening right now. Obviously, we
Mhm.
covered P. Diddy, we're covering this. There's just so much stuff that's going on right now that is, you know, insane, which makes me kind of glad I live in Colorado.
Katie made a great point that she says it happens everywhere. So I
It
agree
does
with that.
happen. It is everywhere.
You
It's actually that's fact. It, and
yeah.
especially, yeah, human trafficking is a real thing too, big time,
It's yeah.
and that's
It's
everywhere.
all it's all everywhere. But you know what? Those were our trending topics.
I didn't know that we went from conjoined twins to Nickelodeon. This is a weird
I didn't.
podcast.
I was gonna say, I'm like, who knew that I knew so much about both of these topics?
Well, I'm glad that you did, and you enlightened us here today, Abby.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks.
thank you guys so much. That is our podcast for this week. It obviously was a little bit heavier. So if you guys are into exploring that further, please let us know. And the way that you can do that is by going to our email at simplysubjectivepodcast.com. Well, at gmail.com. And
I was
then
like, do we have a website?
I wish. Yeah, we should.
We
Or go
should.
to Instagram, DM us. You can find us here on TikTok. Message us. Come to the live shows. This one was on a Friday, but normally come on Thursdays, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please, we love to hear all the comments, even if they're not so nice. We will take
We
all the
love them.
criticism. They're great. But I appreciate you guys, and we will see you on the same bat channel, same bat time.
Thanks, guys.